Hello students, today I am going to talk about a new topic, that is research and development. The question arises that what are the different parts where you will have to address with respect to the demand of the question which UPSC may ask. So before going into the details of the research and development, the very first question arises that what is research and development? It simply means that any work which results into the acquisition of knowledge, and after the acquisition of knowledge, you are using it for new processes, you are using it for new devices, you are using it for new applications. This is the meaning of research and development. And there are three categories in which the research and development can be divided. The very first is basic research. The second is applied research. Third is developmental research. These are the three different categories of research and development. So in the very first two categories, we are focusing upon the acquisition of new knowledge to find out new facts, to find out new processes, acquisition of knowledge. And in the last one, that is the developmental research, we are focusing upon the use of existing knowledge to find out the new process, new applications and new devices. Now the question arises that what is the difference between these two when both has an end, that is acquisition of knowledge. That the very first thing, that is basic research. Here the acquisition of knowledge means that you are acquiring the knowledge of certain facts, certain phenomena. However, applied research, you are acquiring the new knowledge with a particular aim. You are trying to find out a new thing with your predefined goals, with your predefined aims. This is the general understanding of research and development. Now we will see that what is the significance of research and development. The very first significance is knowledge-based economy. What is the meaning of knowledge-based economy? You might have encountered with this word when we will see that is the vision of digital India. There also you will see the word knowledge-based economy. It means that you are using all the kinds of knowledge in all the types of economic activities. In all the types of economic activities. And therefore it has an spillover effect, and that is helping you in sustaining economic growth also. Because whenever we are telling that using the knowledge in all the economic activities, that is agricultural economy, industrial economy, service economy. And whenever you are doing research and development, you are doing with the aim of increasing the productivity in these economic activities, and that is resulting into linking with the global supply chain and global market. That is giving you the capital also. That is giving you the capital also. And acquisition of capital is the prime motive of economic growth. Now the third is solving socio-economic challenges. If you will see that India has grappled with different problems, that is poverty, that is the renewable energy. We are focusing upon the renewable energy. We have the problem of trafficking. We have the problem of drug abuse. Everywhere we need the application of knowledge to solve the problem. Then India's security. We all know that there is a paradigm shift in the India's security, or you can say paradigm shift in the threats that India is getting, because China is using quantum computing for cyber warfare nowadays. Then there is a rise of space weaponization, and the militarization of space. Everywhere we need knowledge so that we can encounter the threat that India is going to face, or India has started to face such security problems. Now, future preparedness. We are aware that with the fourth industrial revolution, there is a focus on machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data. Everywhere we need to excel, and therefore research and development is the crux of economic prosperity, is the crux of social prosperity too. Now, after understanding the significance, we will understand that where India stands today. So if you will see in Global Innovation Index that is released by WIPO, India's ranking is 46 today, and it was 81st in 2015 and 2016. So we are undoubtedly progressing in the terms of knowledge, and it is reflected that India is ranked at 3 in the number of PhD scholars, in rank 3 in the number of research publications, rank 9 in the number of patent filings, and rank 9 in the quality of the research publication. Along with this, there is a rise of 50% rise in patent filing by India. It shows that where India stands, and basically where India stands, and the next question is how it is possible, what we have done that our rank has improved. But before that, I just want to show you that whenever I am telling that the rank has improved, what is the evidence of this? So evidence is a space technology. You can see Mars orbiter mission, you can see Gaganyaan, you can see a scramjet, you can see reusable launch entry vehicle. These are the different watermarks in the space technology that India has achieved today. Now, medicine. In the terms of medicine, we have an indigenous vaccine, that is Rotavac. You can also talk about Covaxin, Teravac, and India is the largest supplier of generic medicines in the world. Then defense. In defense, the integrated missile defense program. Then you can talk about the sonar, Abhay sonar. Then airborne control warning system, Akash defense system, and you can talk about Tejas. These are the indigenously developed research, and therefore India's rank has improved. But the question is, what are the reasons that India has made such a large improvement in the terms of research and development? The very first thing that India has focused upon building institutional framework. So we have two types of institutional framework. First is government-led, that is the Department of Space, that is the Department of Biotechnology, that is Science and Engineering Research Board. Then we have publicly funded autonomous organization, publicly funded autonomous organization. For example, you can talk about PARC, you can talk about ISRO. Then streamlining the regulatory process. We have a streamline. For that, we have CPAC, Cell for IPR Promotion and Management. Then we have a streamline in the sense that 80% of rebate we are giving if the startup is filing the patent. And if you are filing the patent online, then again 10% rebate is there. Then we are focusing upon facilitating private investment in R&D. For that, 100% FDI is allowed through automatic route. Then also we are giving a waiver on revenue expenditure of the projects. Then reversing brain drain, for we have Vajra program, we have postdoctoral research fellowship program, research fellowship program. These are the things which we are doing, and ultimately we are focusing upon startups and fueling our youth for entrepreneurship, because you are now job giver rather than job taker. So these are the different things which we have done. So now, in this course of action that we took, the important step which India took in 2013 was science, technology and innovation policy. It is not that for the first time we have such a policy. We have the resolution for the science and in the terms of science and development in 1958 also. We have science technology development policy of 2003 also, and of 2013 also. Now India is focusing upon that we should chart out a new course of exercises for having the new policy framework. However, the focus of this policy was on increasing the private investment, and India should focus upon participation in the international projects. Participation in the international project. These were the two or the twin pillars of the policy. And therefore, you will see that in CERN project, Higgs boson experiment, everywhere India is participating. So now the next thing we will see that what are the challenges. If we have achieved 46th rank, obviously we have done remarkably well in this direction. Even after that, there are many challenges. The very first challenge is financial constraints. So our expenditure is 0.7% of GERD. However, if you will see China, 2.1% expenditure on research and development, 1.3% by Brazil. I'm not telling that India should do 4% that Israel is doing, but at least amongst the BRICS countries, we should, amongst the BRIC countries in the terms of comparison, we should increase our share of expenditure in research and development. Then the second is shortage of qualified human resource. So we have only 253, just give me a second, 253 per million of researchers, and in China there are 1225 per million researchers. Then issues in India's economic education system, there is an issue, and therefore we are witnessing the brain drain. There are issues of restricting autonomy. There is an issue of bureaucratization of higher education. There is an issue of lack of choices. There are different issues in the higher education system. Then they are not linked to the industry. Industry-academia interface is missing in India. Academia interface is missing. Then there is a social cultural issue. We Indians are risk averse. We don't want to take risk. We want कि प्लेट में चावल दाल सब्जी मिले और महीने में 40 से 50,000 रुपए अकाउंट में आ जाए, बात खत्म. We don't want to take risk. But I will say that I am partially correct if I am making such a statement today, because there are a lot of startups in India. Even today, the people who have lost the job at the time of COVID, they are selling rajma chawal in the streets. That is also a kind of people, and that is also a kind of, you can say, it is a reflection that we are taking risks today. And entrepreneurship has become a significant pillar of our economic system today. And obviously, it will take a time because it is in nascent stage. It will take a time, but it is going to play an important role. Then there are structural issues because there are fragmented research and development which is going, because lots of research and development we are doing is in the terms of health and defense only. We need to take care of the other sectors so that all the sections of the society can take the benefits of research and development. And lastly, what we can do, we will have to increase our R&D investment. That is the recommendation that by 2040, 2% of GRD we will have to make an expenditure for research and development. Then establishment of public-private partnership, because the industry don't want to take the risk in the large projects, and therefore PPP will help in this regard. Then on the lines of ACZ, we can have R&D parks. Then reforms in education system, then the best part is National Education Policy 2020 talks about the restructuring of the tertiary education system, and then commercialization of the research activities. For that, we will have to focus upon strategic partnership. We will have to focus upon so that there should be a collaboration between the countries. There should be an international collaboration, and it should create a wealth. Then only industry will come forward and they will take part in R&D process, because in India the share of industry in R&D is only 40%, which is 70% in case of China. So this is all about research and development. I hope this video is helping you in having a rich content so that you can use it in examination. Now next video will come on LPG reforms. Where does India stand after more than 30 years after the introduction of LPG? So that's all about the today's video. Thanks to all of you.